What if I told you that a 900-year-old biscuit is still edible today, and that medieval peasants knew how to stay warm in freezing winters without burning a single log? In the next 3 minutes, you're going to learn survival secrets so effective that modern preppers are rediscovering them right now. No gadgets, no tech, just brutal, time-tested wisdom that kept people alive when one mistake meant death. Stay till the end, because the last trick literally saved entire armies from starvation during month-long sieges. Let's start with fire. In medieval times, you couldn't just flick a lighter. So how did they do it? The bow drill was their answer. 5 simple parts: a spindle, a hearthboard, a bearing block, some tinder, and a bow. No metal required, just dry wood and knowledge. Here's how it worked. The bow wrapped around the spindle. You pressed down and moved the bow back and forth. The friction created smoke, then black dust, and finally a glowing ember. But it wasn't random. They knew exactly which woods worked best. Willow for the hearth, hazel for the drill. Get it wrong, and you'd rub wood for hours with nothing to show. But when flint was available, they used tinder boxes. These portable fire kits held flint, steel strikers, and char cloth, linen that had been partially burned. Strike the flint against steel, catch a spark on the char cloth, and you had an ember ready to birth flame. Soldiers carried these in leather pouches. Travelers tied them to their belts, because in a world where fire meant survival, you didn't leave home without it. Now here's where it gets wild. What happens when your firewood runs out? Medieval people had a secret weapon: compost heat. They built massive piles of straw, manure, and kitchen scraps near their homes. As it decomposed, it generated warmth. They placed stone benches, they placed piles or dug shallow pits beside them to absorb the heat. Yes, it smelled terrible. But when temperatures dropped below freezing and wood was gone, that rotting pile kept them alive. But they didn't stop there. They slept with their livestock. Not because they wanted to, but because cows, goats, and pigs produce constant body heat. Many peasant homes had integrated stables, with animals on the bottom floor and family living above. The heat rose through wooden floors, keeping rooms 10 to 15 degrees warmer without burning a single log. Children slept closest to the stable walls where it was warmest. And when they went to bed, they didn't just throw on blankets. They built layered straw nests, sometimes in shallow pits dug into the ground. Multiple people would cluster together in these pits, forming human heat pods. Body heat was shared, conserved, and multiplied. It wasn't comfortable, but it worked.